About 250 years ago, on my 30th birthday, my parents very kindly bought me a Pavoni espresso machine. I have that machine to this day. I love it. It's got more chrome on it than a Chevy Impala. The Pavoni is the Harley Davidson of coffee machines. It's built to tolerances of about plus or minus half an inch, which makes it incredibly easy to service and repair. You just get the parts somewhere near each other and it'll work. Now, many times I thought about replacing this 29-year-old tank. In fact, the last time I descaled it, I really thought it was going to have to go because the coffee started to taste really bad until I realized I'd used the wrong kind of vinegar to clean it out. Now, during the couple of days that this old machine, this old warhorse, had its head on the block, I went through something that I can only describe as withdrawal symptoms. And it wasn't from the coffee. I used instant in the meantime. Now, here was this old warhorse whose guts I knew, which I'd managed to repair more than once, about to be replaced by a machine that would be impossible for me to do more than make coffee. If, and more probably when, it broke, I would have to take it to a repair center where doubtless they'd inform me that it would be much cheaper to buy a new one. Repair is a dying art. Now, apart from any nostalgia over which I may be guilty, nostalgia tends to increase in proportion to the number of years over which you have to nostalge, I think that repairing something gives us a sense of achievement that merely producing our credit cards falls short for by miles. But I think there's a deeper reason here as well. This world was made to be fixed. When God created the world, He didn't create it as a single, complete and finished entity. Rather, He fashioned a single point, actually a rock, that sits on the Temple Mount in Jerusalem, about a mile away from where we're recording this. And the rest of the universe expanded from there. He drew it out from there. At a certain point, God said the Hebrew word die, which means enough. In other words, the potential for more exists in this world. But God said enough. God intended that the world should be left lacking, incomplete, and that man would have the opportunity and the obligation to bring it to its completion. This world can be and needs to be fixed. One of the latent motivations we find to fix the world emerges in the ecology movement. Judaism has always recognized that mankind has the ability, the obligation to fix the world. In fact, ecology has always been a fundamental part of Jewish thought. However, there exists a deeper side to ecology than is generally understood. The Jewish concept of ecology is that when I do a mitzvah, when I perform one of God's commandments, be it the simplest action, by a kindness, by prayer, I elevate not just myself but the world's ecosystem as well. My desire to fix that espresso machine is none other than my aspiration to fix the world, masquerading as a cup of coffee. L'chaim.